Okay, hello everybody, Market Michael here. Now I want to cover the economic data first. So, crude invents 2.2 million surplus. Um, we had a negative surplus in the prior month. So this time we are getting a huge um, increase in the supply inventories. That means the price is going to go down because there's more of it. That's simple economics. Here is the crude oil chart. This fib line shows me that we are expecting a couple dollar decline, but I expect this trend to keep going up. I expect us to have support around 65, 60, uh, uh, yeah, around the 65, 64 mark here, dip below that. But overall, we are on a increase here. We could go ahead, draw a line here. Now, a trend line. Now, markets, guys, markets, this is really interesting because markets are, sorry. What do we got? Markets took a big tank in the morning, but we are getting some reversal now. We got an absolute bounce off the lows here, and I was expecting the bounce to continue and keep increasing, but what we're actually seeing now is a reversal of that trend. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't trust this move up here at all. We are continuing this downtrend realistically. This is a 30-minute. We're looking at an hour. The hour shows that it's still potential for us to go down. We're at critical support. I don't really think we're going to go above it. I say we just keep dancing in these uh, levels. On a daily chart, this candle shows that we are in for a reversal here. I highly suspected that we would enter the next bear phase. If this move starts to, really change position, we could get that double dandy I had predicted in the past here, a move up. Let's check it out. Have we really moved? Are we still in the negative? Yes, we are. So, I mean, overall, I would still expect this continue. The MACD did cross over. I mean, the plunge protection team is at its best right now, doing its hard work. We are looking at this 5 minute, and again, I would say that this is just the actions of the plunge protection team. They would have to be in here all day long to buy stocks to prop them up. I don't really see that happening. Uh, you know, we've gone to levels of selling that I didn't think were possible today. We had a holy crap decrease. I expect this move to continue to decrease. We are still negative. This is going to take some time to work out. This end of day movement had us all funked. I expected us to rally in the morning, but instead we got a humongous sell-off. Now, I still would think that stocks are at the point where this is nearing some sort of top here. So what I will do is, and now I'm pretty sure this is not how you operate a retracement, but we're gonna do it this way just to see where you know, well, what would have made sense is if we failed this 38, but it looks like we are continuing to rise, continuing to flatten the CCI. Uh, you know, they still want to push stocks higher, but we are at that resistance like I mentioned earlier. Now, let's go ahead and see where. So again, look at this here. This is at this 68 something level is critical. We got two fibs here. We got a 200-day moving average. I do expect us to end up failing and continue it. Now let's just keep looking down just for shits and giggles. Now again, oh, that's 6,900. This is 68.8. So at the 6,800, 6,700, we got another fib. And again, we got the big mama fib at this 6,600. So all those numbers are pretty critical. I think this big rally right now indicates even more so that this bear market is taking hold because, in bear markets, you do have the biggest rallies. So we've had a tremendous amount of selling. Now we've had a tremendous amount of buying. Now we're most likely going to get that tremendous amount of selling once again. Um, and this time it was pretty panicky. So when it's just going to continue uh, this battle. Now, as soon as the uh, invents came out, we had a humongous decline right now in that crude price. We're dropping down 67. Now, in the morning, I'm pretty sure I said it looked like we were going down, and that was the continuing trend. So that is what we're looking at happening. And now I'm pretty sure I went over this. Yeah. And I said that we would get support. So I'm just watching that drop. I do expect us to continue to decline and start to pull back. But that longer term picture says that we are on that uptrend. When we do have these recessions, uh, I think it all depends. But if we are experiencing more inflation, that will drive prices up. Especially, you know, if we got what's going on in Syria, if we start war with Syria, guys, that's going to increase those oil prices. They want to make that pipeline. So overall, we got the 10-year flat. Again, I don't think that 10 years is going to move at all today. I think it's just going to stay at this level, and all we do is get the gap ups for the last 2 or 3 days. All we've been doing is gapping up. So I think that is going to be the direction for that 10-year. It is putting pressure on stocks. What we also need to watch here is uh, is that 10-year is the 20 to 30-year spread. So as of now, that 10 to 30-year spread is oh Jesus, what's all this shit? All right, well, this is definitely it. So again, we are looking at the yield, and we are decreasing, guys. We are decreasing to that 0.49, which is that point for the recession. Now we have just did a double top here, breaking through this support. Now on a 5-minute, it looks like we can continue for quite some time. The 10-minute shows us probably the same thing. We are weakening, but that's about it. We are increasing locally. So, yeah, I mean, overall, guys, uh, that's pretty insane to have a 80-point decline and then go right back up the other way. I in my opinion, this is the plunge protection team buying up stocks. Um, let's see. Oh, it's called the working group. So ready, guys? This is history in the making. An established executive order. The working group has three purposes. Major issues um, raised by the numerous studies on the events of financial markets around the 87 crash. Those recommendations that have potential to achieve the goals noted above, which is goals of enhancing integrity, efficiency, orderliness, competitiveness of our nationals, and maintaining investor confidence. So what they do is buy and sell stock, but the actions, including government actions such as policy coordination, contingency, and planning that are appropriate, uh, they will represent various exchanges. The working group has 60 days on its progress. In '08, multiple attempts. So that means straight up buying stocks. You guys claims that the working group generally propose on its orchestrated mechanism that attempts to manipulate U.S. stock markets in event of market crash by using government funds to buy stocks or other instruments such as stock fund indexes, which is forbidden by law. But they do it, and I'm telling you guys, mainstream analysts call those claims as conspiracy theory. But it's um, you know this is reality that they're buying stocks, they're buying bonds. Right now they can't suppress bonds, but what we're seeing, so all right, right now the short-term trend on a 10-minute is showing increase, but right now we've pretty much gone as far as we can go here, and we're going to end up start declining. So oil is actually rebounded slightly, and very surprising. I think that is pretty awesome. That even with that surplus, it's hanging on. It's not like crashing. You know what I'm saying, guys? We're everything's hanging on right now by a thread. So we're gonna have to see here what trends continue. I suspect that right now is the turning point for that comp. Right now is that uh, you know it's look at here, we had weakening. We're doubled out twice on that RSI, and we've been bouncing along the top of that CCI. I'm just curious to look at, like, let's say a 4 hour, because it would just be a one giant doji. I just want to see it with my bare eyes. So this, if market action like this continues today, then we will turn around. That's what this 4 hour is telling me. Look at that increased positive MACD. So again, though, we're gonna have to wait and see. We have just gotten positive on this 30-minute. So this was going to set up for a bad day, but it looks like the plunge protection team, the working group, got in there real quick and just saved the markets from this downturn. You know, absolutely. This is going to turn positive if we continue this trend. Now, I suspect this to go the other way. It might not, but I'm just calling it that, uh, you know, you have the biggest rallies in the downturns, in bear markets. So remember that, guys. You know, once we start falling, we're gonna pick up some panic again, and we're gonna pick up those algo sellings. Uh, Fed working group plunge protection team. They can't compete with those algos unless they have algos of their own but again, it's algos for algos for algos. So I do expect this to continue downward. The biggest rallies happen in those downturns. So, you know, again, we're looking at 6,900 on the comp flat. We're looking to drop below critical support. I'm gonna just go ahead and delete this, and that's that. It. I don't see this continuing. If we end up continuing, this will be a turning point for the bulls today. So, you know, a very interesting day. We got ups, down, zip, zang, real quick in the first hour and a half of trading. We managed to go down 80 points, come back, and now it looks like we're going back down again. But once those algos take hold, guys, we are going to see. Oh my God, a humongous rally's going on. We've got pretty much an 80-point swing here just occurred with that crude oil. So looks like potentially shorts were had it covered, had some short squeeze activity. Too fast too soon is never a good thing. And that kind of goes for that downturn we just had, that 80-point downturn. It was rapid, and it was a little too much, too fast, too soon. So what this is telling me, though, is that we have just backed off this support, and that possibly that this selling will start to increase rapidly and possibly dramatically. We've been getting increased volatility here, which is pretty. Well, you know what? Let me confirm that. Let's pop up the VIX. Let me just look here on a separate chart. So again, right now we're at 18. The candle for it doesn't look so hot right now, but I think it does look good. The CCI has room to spike. We've got a parabolic SAR ball on the bear side for a daily, and you know, this to me looks like either the markets want this pivot point, or they tried to bounce real quick and are gonna fail. To me, this is just continuing this downtrend, and we're gonna leave it at that. So God, last time I looked, it was 13. Now it's 18. Jesus. So thank you very much, guys. Um, I'll make another video soon. We had pretty crazy the short squeeze on crude, and again, I don't know how many people play crude out there, but you know I think overall it's going up. So, but we're getting that pullback. So thank you very much, guys. I will talk to you maybe in an hour or so. So thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Please like and subscribe.